Sloan.
And today we're going to be talking about how to overcome hardship. We know that a lot of people right now might be struggling. We know that there's a lot of economic downturn, and people are trying to just overcome their current circumstances in a lot of cases, and so that's what I want to talk about today. I know that like everyone goes through hard times, and it's difficult for us to kind of overcome and get through to the other side. So I'm just wondering from your perspective, what separates somebody that is able to overcome their current circumstance versus somebody that can't?
That's a great question. Kind of growing up, like there was like this. I don't know if I felt like everything should be okay.
Yeah.
I've definitely run into a lot of people that think that everything should just run smoothly. Like, you know what I mean? Like for whatever reason, there's like this point in life where like everything just works out. Like everything's just great. Like there's this ability to achieve peace, and like only the special people or only the rich or only the elite or something like that, like they're the ones that get to a smooth sailing life. But the truth is like it's hard for all of us. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Um and so the very first thing you have to do is get over it. Like get over the fact that this is where you are, because this is where you are. So if you're like blaming circumstance or others, or you're trying to figure out why you are here, or if you're disgruntled or upset, like if you're emotional if you're emotional about the place that you are not ready to move forward. You have to get over it. So step one, get over it.
So this brings me back to, one of the last conversations that we had, where we were talking about, your attitudes, your beliefs, your values, just essentially everything that engulfs your perspective, right? And so, do you think that that's something that contributes to your ability to overcome hardship at all?
Yeah, so this is attitude. We're talking about that hierarchy. Okay, this is all 100% attitude. Like tell me, like what's hard about your life right now?
Oof. Okay. So, what's hard about my life?
Yeah, what's your hardship right now?
I think that my hardship is the consistent internal conflict between choices that I need to make and the way that I'm prioritizing certain aspects of my life. And I'll elaborate on that. So, there's, you know, wanting to be successful and what that means monetarily, and then what success means spiritually, and what success means as a family man, and trying to navigate and balance that priority so you won't let yourself down, but so you also won't let anybody else down is something that's really tough because you know I feel like I'm growing. I feel like I'm already a man, right? And I'm becoming more of a man, right?
Sure.
I'm coming into myself,
Okay.
and so you have this picture that you paint of yourself. You wake up in the morning, you're like, this is the man that I want to be,
Right.
right? And we've talked in the past about like, as you think, so you are.
Okay.
This is the man that I want to be. That's who I am today. What would that man do? And then trying to navigate that. What would that man do? Would he move back home, right, to be with his
Okay.
family and prioritize that as his number one thing?
All right.
Would he stay in Houston and, um, continue to grind balls to the wall, trying to make something of himself? Or does he drop everything and commit himself to living the life of a monk? You know what I mean? Like, um, just trying to navigate those different avenues, I think, is what I'm struggling with.
so so what I hear from you, Ben, is that you really don't know what your goal is.
Mm.
You're really trying to figure out the goal. And so your hardship is really like, I'm putting out all this effort and I don't even know if I'm getting anywhere. Like I feel like I'm on a treadmill and I don't know where I am going. And your hardship is internal turmoil
Mm.
over that, right? Now that's a little bit different than say financial hardship. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a little bit different than say emotional relationship hardship. Like there's so many different levels of hardship. Okay. But but if we compartmentalize that, right, the first thing is to get over it. This is where you're at. The second
Yeah.
thing is to really define what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like where are you going? And if you don't know yet, that's okay. You have to be okay with I don't know. But now you need a plan to figure that out. You need a plan to plan.
Mm.
Because the first thing is we got to know, are we going to New York or are we going to Miami?
Yeah.
Because if we're just going, bro, we're gonna end up in Washington.
Yeah.
Okay,
Nice.
like it's the other side of the U.S. Okay, like you're not gonna get where you're trying to go if you don't know where you're going. So you definitely need to figure out where you're going, right? So A, get over it. B, where are you going? Okay, you definitely need to understand where you're going. Then that next step is believing that you can't, right? So we started with attitude. Attitude is okay, get over it, right? Like we're not going to sit here and be jealous of, all the rich people out there, okay?
Yeah.
Because guess what? They had to work hard. They got stepped on. They lost everything. They went through a whole bunch of hardship to get wherever they are, and that don't mean that their life is hunky dory, flowers and butterflies and whatever. Like their life is still probably hard. So get over it, right? Okay. Attitude is everything. This is where I'm at. Now where are we going? Okay. What do I want to be when I grow up? This is my favorite question. What do you want to be when you grow up? Ben, what do you want to be when you grow up?
Um, I want to be a world changer. Like I want to do
You
things
want to
that,
change the world?
yes.
That's not enough, bro. What do you want to be when you grow up?
What do I want to be when I grow up? Well, I mean, how do I answer that question?
I mean, okay, so ask me that question.
All right, what do you want to be when you grow up?
I want to be the CEO of a publicly traded company.
Okay. So you've essentially pinpointed a specific goal, and that is what you are, I'm assuming, correct me if I'm wrong, putting your maximum energy into.
100%. So when when I was growing up, I wanted to be a movie star. I wanted to be Michael J. Fox. Why? Because I want to be everything. I want to try everything. I want to learn karate. I want to learn how to play guitar. I want to be an actor. I love telling stories. I want to make movies, right? And then I was like 19 years old, and I'm it's 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm in the kitchen of my parents' house talking to my dad. I'm pissed off, just so angry. I cannot tell you. Just live it. Okay. I had dropped out of school like a month before graduation because I was one credit behind. And I mean, there's a ton of stuff that led up to this moment, right? And I asked my dad, I was like, look, I don't get it. I 100% don't understand this life. Okay, like I'm supposed to get good grades, and then get into college, and I'm supposed to get good grades in college, and some company's gonna offer me a job, and I'm gonna hate it, and then like you know what I mean, and then like I'm gonna switch careers like 7 times, and I'm not even gonna use my degree. Like I had done all the research on like you know what I
You
mean,
were a
like
cynical
life,
young man.
like what is life all about, right? And like nothing made sense. And my
Yeah.
dad was like, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" And man, when he asked me that, I was so mad because he knew the answer. He's like, "What are you asking me that for, Dad?" I was like, "Look, you know what I want to do. I want to make movies." And he's like, "Okay, what are you doing about it?" And that's when the light bulb clicked because I wasn't doing anything about it, not one thing. I was hoping to be discovered like Pamela Anderson. Okay, and I'm here in Houston. This was back in the day when only L.A. and New York were the only two places that like you could make it in show business, right?
Yeah.
And I'm in Houston. Nobody's gonna pay for me to go live in these places. I'm just, the more I thought about it, I'm not gonna do anything about that. So that dream is stupid, right? So then I had to change my dream. I had to change my plan. I had to really figure out what do I want to be when I grow up. And the answer became, now it took me a minute. I didn't know the next day. It's okay if you don't know really what you want to be when you grow up, but I encourage you to figure that out right now. And changing the world to where that's noble and that's honorable. I want to change the world too, but that doesn't mean anything.
Mm,
How do you want to change the world? What do you want to be when you grow up? I landed on I want to be the CEO of a publicly traded company. Okay. And then I had no money, I had no education, I had no like nobody's like IBM's not hiring me to be the CEO tomorrow. You know what I mean? Like, so what do I have to do? I have to become an entrepreneur. I have to build my own company. Then I'm an automatically a CEO,
yeah,
right? And then I have to figure out how to build it to the point at which I can take it public. And then why do I want to do that? Because I want the tools and resources available to do even bigger things than whatever that is, right?
yeah,
So changing the world takes a lot of money, right? Well, how do you make a lot of money in this country? Becoming the CEO of a publicly traded company. Now, not everybody wants to do that. You might simply just say, "Hey, I want to be a photographer." You know, not you necessarily, but I'm saying whoever our audience is that's in this situation, if they don't know what they want to be when they grow up, it doesn't have to be grandiose. It can be, I want to teach kids how to play the piano,
yeah.
right? That's a very valuable thing, right? So who are you? And what are you doing to give that to the world, right?
Well, I don't think that there's a specific avenue. I mean, to your point, identifying that avenue and then putting your maximum effort into accomplishing that goal, whatever that might be, is a way to um, fulfill whatever dream it is you're looking for, right?
Well, that's the way out of hardship. Okay. So like whether your hardship is financial or relational or whatever, you won't get out of that until you go somewhere else.
Hmm.
So wherever you are is in that hardship. So you have
Yeah.
got to set a course out of that hardship. And you can't do that without a defined plan. I was never going to be a movie star because I was not doing anything about it. But if you ask anybody who became a movie star what they did about it, they gave up everything and they moved to LA or they moved to New York or they moved to Toronto or whatever. And they did audition after audition after audition after audition. They got told no 100,000 times and then they got their big break. They
Yeah.
put all this effort into becoming what they wanted to be. And then eventually they became successful, quote unquote.
I think another thing is also how people identify hardship. So, what is hardship to you? Like if we like taking it back to the Bible, right? In the book of Acts, the disciples are going and they're, um, preaching the gospel. They're the first people to go out and preach the gospel really while Jesus is not no longer around. And they're experiencing a bunch of things that we would call hardship. They're being thrown in jail. They're getting beat. They're getting martyred,
I would call that suffering.
right? But some people would call it hardship. They're experiencing
Sure.
hardship, right?
Sure.
But to them, that wasn't hard. What was more difficult to them was like not living out those that God's purpose for them in their life, right? So I think part of it is perspective, and bringing that all the way back to today.
Well, there's a difference between saying, "Hey, I want to be a Navy SEAL,"
Yeah.
and like being a Navy SEAL, you're gonna go through hardship. I mean, they like literally kill you during training. You know what I mean? It's like it's hard, right? And that's
Mm,
but you're going through that because of the purpose that you have, which is to protect our country,
precisely.
right?
And so if that's the case,
But that's not those people don't consider that hardship, right?
yes, because they have purpose.
Right. Hardship is I am somewhere I don't want to be, experiencing things I don't want to experience.
Okay, there we go. Definition.
Right? I am somewhere I don't want to be, experiencing things I don't want to experience. Okay, financial hardship. For me, hardship the greatest hardship in my life has been financial hardship. I can't do the things I need to do or want to do because I don't have enough money to do it. And whether that is putting food on the table, whether that's going to the dentist, whether that's buying your kid a car when they turn 16, whether that's putting your kid through college, whether that's, getting new clothes, like whatever the thing is that you need or you want that you can't get from because you don't have enough money,
Yeah.
financial hardship, right? So for me, that has been the biggest struggle emotionally for me, which is probably why I want to be the CEO of a publicly traded company, right? Okay. So getting and then but I've known plenty of people that don't have a whole lot of money that are
I don't consider that hardship.
they don't feel like there's no hardship. They're
So,
they're happy, they're at peace, they have family dinner every day. You know what I mean? Like they figure it out, they don't care. Like this is their life. They're fine. Hardship is being in a place and going through something you don't want to go through.
yeah, that's interesting. I mean, well, let's unpack that a little bit. Do you think that that struggle that you went through taught you a lesson that you wouldn't have otherwise known had you not went through that struggle? If so, would you say that that struggle or that hardship that you were dealing with at that time was worth it to you? So two questions.
So I 100% believe that hardship is inevitable.
Okay.
And that it is the thing that molds you into who you are. Right? You're going to go through the fire. And the fire is either going to turn you into ash or a phoenix.
A phoenix.
Okay? And there was a time at which I was afraid of hardship. There's a time at which I tried to avoid hardship. There was a time at which I was frustrated because I was in hardship and didn't understand why. There was a time when I didn't accept it. There was a time when I felt like I was a terrible person or a bad person or not good enough because I was in it. But then I got to the other side of it. And then I began to realize that it is the thing.
What is the thing?
You are in hardship. Like you're constantly in it. It is the thing.
So you're saying like
So
essentially life is suffering, like
I say
Ecclesiastes.
I say that life and business are a series of problems to solve, right? And so if you're in the midst of problems, you can consider that a hardship because most people don't want to deal with problems, right? So like coming of age, like you're going to go through hardship in order to become an adult. And you're either going to rise or you're going to fall. You're either going to strengthen yourself mentally and emotionally or you're going to break.
So let's talk about a time when like you were going through that hardship and like what that meant for you, what that did for you.
Well, okay, so the first thing that it does when you get to the other side of it is that you recognize how strong you are, how strong you could be,
Hmm.
right?
So like you got fortified.
Yeah, yeah. So as an example, okay, I got in trouble growing up, okay? I did a few drugs, okay? And got in trouble. And part of those consequences I had to go to boot camp. Okay? Not the military kind, but the hey, you're in trouble kind. Okay? All right? And and I gotta be real honest with you. The first 2 weeks, I thought I was gonna die. Okay, like
Jeez Louise.
what you have to endure in that
It's
place
like
is
beyond scared straight.
it's insane. Scared straight is nothing.
No.
Scared straight is nothing. They wake you up at 4:30. You stand up all day. Okay, you cannot use the restroom unless you can't do anything without permission, and you can't do anything. Okay, but the first 2 weeks is called induct. They have to condition your body to be able to go. It might as well be Navy SEALs. Okay,
They're
like like
conditioning
like
your
they have to
body to
continue your
suffer.
body to be able to go through the situation. Okay, so like you wake up at 4:30 and you can't use the restroom right away. Okay, like you have
Wow.
to come and stand on line. So you got dudes peeing all over themselves, like no joke. And then those guys are in trouble for peeing on themselves. Okay, like it like, and so you're standing there watching all these dudes pee on themselves, and you're shaking and stuff, and you're supposed to be like online, okay? Like it's nuts. And then they let you go to the bathroom, and then you're doing push-ups, and you're doing sit-ups, and you're doing all these crazy freaking exercises. You don't sit down all day from 4:30 to 9 p.m. Okay. I didn't sit down for 3 months from 4:30 a.m. to 9 p.m. Okay.
Wow. You had strong knees.
Like that's insane. Okay. You have 2 minutes to eat. Okay. 2 minutes.
Sounds like indigestion.
I mean, it actually affected my, my situation.
Yeah.
Sure. I guarantee you it did. You got 2 minutes to eat. If you don't eat it, we're gonna force feed it to you. If you throw up, you are eating it off the ground.
Oh my
Okay. Like,
God.
like,
I know
in,
people that eat
like,
2 minutes
like, like,
voluntarily.
pick up the orange. Okay. Eat it. Like, you don't have time to peel it. There's no peeling the orange. Okay. Like, let me,
Just taking a bite out of it.
hardship. Okay. Now, let me tell you something. I walked out of that place feeling like Superman. Okay. Because I made it.
Yeah.
And at the end, you couldn't break me.
Mm.
Bring it. You can't break me. I had no idea what I was capable of before I went through that experience. No clue.
So you like mentally fortified yourself through that experience.
Yes. Yes. And it was actually a huge blessing for me. I'm a big talker. Ask Sloan. I'm a big
You don't
talker.
say.
You can't talk in this place at all. So it
Wow.
was like me and Jesus. Okay. And let me tell you, I was praying 100% of the time. I mean, like, trust me, I can't tell you how many dudes gave up. Like, it was really hard. Now, that's physical hardship and mental hardship. Okay. They're beating you up with their words, they're beating you up with physical activity. Like, they are wearing you out. Okay. Now, again, you go through the fire, you come out stronger.
Yeah.
You got to get over it, right? Then you got to have a plan. Okay. My plan was to graduate.
Mm.
I'm going home, right? Like, I'm going home.
Yeah.
I'm not staying here. I'm going
So,
home.
with that being said, do you believe that suffering can have meaning? And does it always have meaning?
Well, there's two types of suffering, I suppose. I mean, I don't believe in the suffering of innocent people at the hand of, a malicious agent. You know what I mean? Like, I don't believe in abuse. I don't believe in some of the atrocities that are going on in the world. I don't believe in any of that stuff. But if you're going through that stuff, I do believe you can get through it, and I do believe you become something greater when you get through that. Now you have the ability to help others get through that. And so I think that there's a difference between someone persecuting you and the suffering of persecution
Yeah.
and the suffering of just life being hard. Like right now in Jamaica, they're going through an insane hurricane,
Yeah.
and there's going to be suffering, but that's not persecution. That just happened to them. That's a,
Yeah.
you know,
It's going through Dominican Republic too, and like Cuba
yeah, I mean, it's
as
just not
well.
going to be good. I mean, it happened in Louisiana, it happens to us all the time. I mean, there's suffering. It's just a nature of being alive, and then there's persecution. I think that they are the same in that do everything you can to overcome at all times. Don't let anything keep you down.
So, what's a practical mindset shift that you can make in order to get yourself from being a victim to being a victor?
It's the little engine that could. I mean, I'm gonna take us all the way back to kindergarten. I think I can. 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 That's it. Don't complicate it. Like, that's why we tell our kids that story. You can do it.
Yeah.
Okay? Right? Nike, just do it. Like, you have got to hang on to I can make it. Okay? Now, it's much easier to make it when you have a destination, right? My destination in boot camp was 92 days. I'm graduating. I'm graduating. I'm graduating. I'm graduating. Right now, it's I need 10,000 users on Centavos. Like you need a destination and then you hyper focus on that destination and you run towards it, and anything that gets in your way, you plow through it and expect the problems, expect the hardship, expect the suffering. But if you don't have a destination, you will go crazy and you won't make it. There's nowhere to go.
Well, there's people that don't necessarily know, um, you know, what their life is meant for, right? So, to your point, I think that the way that we've identified that you can get through hardship is by identifying your purpose and driving towards your purpose. And that way, hardship kind of um, becomes a lot more obsolete to you mentally, right? This is just a experience that you're having and not necessarily um, something that you're stuck in, right? But when you have no purpose, meaning you can't see into the future, not necessarily even seeing into the future, but just being able to have an idea of what it is that you are looking for or what is looking for you, then you feel stuck in your circumstance. And so, how can you identify what your purpose is if you don't have it to be able to get through the hardship?
Well, I believe purpose is associated with desire. So I believe that we're all gifted and talented in certain ways. And identifying what that is for you, whether it's communication, whether it's being able to create things, whether it's music, whether it's food, like whatever it is, like what do you desire? What are you passionate about? If you don't know, then start to explore.
Mm,
Like get into some exploratory fun, you know?
yeah,
And then wherever your skills lead. Okay, like Mark Cuban's like, following your passion is a terrible, concept for business, but and that may be true because you may not be good at figuring out how the business use of your passion. My mom loves making quilts, but she doesn't do it for money, right? Okay.
yeah,
But but that's who she is. She's a quilter, right? And
yeah.
so she
That
loves
could
it,
also
right?
ruin it
Okay.
for you, right?
That could then business can ruin it for you, right? So
Mm,
so you might do something to make money, and then but your passion might lead you to participate in something and making your life more meaningful and valuable. Like it doesn't all have to be about money, you know.
yeah.
And so I would say just explore what you desire, what you're passionate about, what you're skilled at, because you enjoy the things that you're good at. Okay, the things that you're not good at frustrate you.
Mm,
So don't try to get better at. I mean, sometimes you definitely want to get better at some things that you aren't good at, but that's not who you are, and that's not the direction you're going. Like you are something.
yeah.
To figure that out, figure out what you like and enjoy, and you do that by exploration.
That reminds me of that one verse where it's like where your treasure lies, that's where your heart is also.
Exactly, exactly. And so figure that out, and then dive into that and go find the people. Okay, so we're getting close to the end of this episode.
Yeah,
And I want to give the folks a little bit of wisdom. Okay, so we love a little bit of wisdom, right? And give them some wisdom at the end of every show.
yeah.
And so just recap, right? Get over it. What do you want to be when you grow up? Where are you going? Tap into your desires and your talents, and then go find your people. Okay, that's the last step. Is go find the people that are also passionate about what you're doing because they do it too. Get involved, and then that destination might reveal itself at that point. And whether it's for fun and just life enjoyment, or whether it's for making money and putting food on the table, like that's up to you as far as that goes. The thing that I still am trying to figure out is how to enjoy the journey. This is a journey. This is a marathon, right? And I'm always trying to cross the finish line, but guess what? There is no finish line. So, take a breath, go through that process, stop thinking of hardship as a punishment, and make it happen.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification button. We'll see you next time.